Yes! Watch that. Don't make it go off on y'all. Grab that. Weekend, that's not easy.
You know what?
Test. Testing.
What's that?
Test.
1, 2, 3,
Test,
4.
test. Oh boy,
I gotta hear Jose.
it's pretty far.
It is. I like it.
Test 1, test 2. Testing.
Tuesday. One, 2, 3. No.
Test.
1, 2, 3. I hear nothing.
No. I'm
Oh, you're testing you. Okay.
good, Jose.
Yeah, test.
Jeremy?
1, 2, 3. Nothing. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I could hear.
Test 1.
And we are live here at Marx's Court Time Sports Center. I am Mon Valley Independent Sports Editor Jeremy Salou. And to my left,
They can't see me, so you can't say you're right.
but I said to my left,
You did, yeah, and I am on your
is
left.
Assistant Sports Editor Jose Negron. We're here for the first game of the night, Edward Jones versus Lee Supply. And boy wonder Ben Bamford in the house for some MVI photos tonight.
Yes, he is. I will have coverage of this first game for tomorrow's Mon Valley Independent. We will have coverage of the second game between Monessen Forest and AMD.
We will be here broadcasting the third game, but
Yep.
that will be a brief in tomorrow's paper. We're getting ready to go here in the first game.
State Farm and Cedarbrook are in that third game.
I will give the starting lineup for Edward Jones. Number 2, Kinsey Wilson. Number 4, Presley Kolditz. Number 6, Alyssa Clutter. Number 10, Lainey Gerdich. And number 12, Tori Wesolowski.
And for the Lee Supply, we have number 1, Kamari Walden. Number 2, Jasmine Fisher. Number 9, Gracie Fairman. Number 10, Jenna Dawson. And number 12, Abby Whaley.
We're getting ready for the tip-off. Be sure to check out our photo galleries online. Photogallery.monvalleyindependent.com is Lee Supply controls the opening tip, but Jenna Dawson turns it over, and here comes Clutter the other way for Edward Jones. Inside to Lainey Gerdich, and she is tied up by Jenna Dawson, and the ball is on the floor, but Lainey Gerdich gets it out to Alyssa Clutter, and over to Kinsey Wilson. Back out to Clutter at the top. Lainey Gerdich in the high post looking for a pass, sets a screen for Clutter. She's going to pull up, no good. The rebound comes to Kamari Walden from Lee Supply. Jenna Dawson gets it over to Jasmine Fisher. And Fisher lets go of a 3, no good. Wesolowski with the rebound, and she is fouled from behind by Kamari Walden.
This is a big game, Jeremy, for Edward Jones. A 2-4 in the second. Have a 2-4 record so far this season. A win would tie them with Lee Supply in the standings.
Goes Wesolowski inside up to the elbow to Gerdich. Back underneath. Tried to get it to Wesolowski, but it's picked off. And here comes Gracie Fairman. For Lee Supply. Back to Fisher rolling around the top. Fisher overlooks the scene. Drives to the hoop, kicks it back out to Gracie Fairman. Sidesteps into the lane, and she scores. And that's the first basket of the game. 2-0. Lee Supply takes an early lead. And Jose, it's great to see some fans back at Marks' Court time tonight.
It's exciting to see some people here.
We are not alone.
We've been lonely the last 2 weeks doing some broadcasting here, but nice to hear some cheers.
Gerdich puts up a shot inside. No good. Abby Whaley for the rebound for Lee Supply. Up ahead quickly to Fisher. She's going to pull up a 3. No good. Dawson underneath there for the rebound. Her shot's no good. And it goes off of a Lee Supply player. It's going to be Edward Jones' ball. 14-10 remaining here in the first half.
Benny get a rebound for that? Who just picked up the loose ball out of bounds?
No. Clutter inside. Tried to go to Wesolowski, and it's batted away by Abby Whaley. Up ahead quick to Jasmine Fisher. She's going to score. 4-0 now, Lee Supply. Clutter has it knocked out of bounds by Fisher. Fisher obviously has the task of guarding the league's number 1 overall pick, Alyssa Clutter. Not an easy assignment for sure. There's Clutter with a jumper from the elbow, and that's good. Edward Jones is on the board. Alyssa Clutter hits the jumper.
Clutter, one of the top scorers in the league this season.
Fisher kicks it out to Abby Whaley for a deep 2. Head coach Larry Castle, go ahead, let her shoot that. And she didn't even hit the rim on that one. That was all net.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to let her shoot that next time.
Probably not. Here comes Clutter with a good drive to the hoop, all alone for a basket. It's tied up at 4. Or no, 6-4. Lee Supply still in that head.
Seems like Edward Jones has a little bit of a size advantage here, but great guard play here by Lee Supply. So we'll see who
Gracie Fairman
wins
for
the
3.
battle.
No good. Dawson with the rebound, kicks it out to Whaley again, and she banks it high off the glass. Larry Cash is beside himself over there on the Edward Jones sideline.
Yeah, I don't know what they could do there. I mean, she banks that one in, but 2 points is 2 points.
As Clutter reverses up and in. to driving baseline, make it 8-6 now. The clock trickles down to 12:30 to go.
Clutter all 6 of Edward Jones's points up to this point.
There's Jasmine Fisher for a 3, and that's good. Lee Supply definitely shooting the ball better than they did the other night, last Wednesday. It's exactly what Caitlin Slagus wanted to see from her team.
Now, when girls like Jasmine Fisher and Gracie Fairman are on, even Jenna Dawson, we've talked about it countless times, Jeremy. This team's gonna, when they get on a roll,
Wesolowski has it knocked out of her hand by Walden. She's gonna post up Whaley. She tries a scoop shot, no good. Good defense there by Lee Supply. And Walden comes away with the rebound. Up ahead quickly to Fisher. And she's not stopping. She's going to reverse underneath, no good. Lainey Gerdich rips the rebound away, but throws it away. It's going to be gold ball. They said Lee Supply player touched it. Yeah, that's why we don't wear the stripes. The referee got his leggings on tonight.
We gotta make a mention that the comments are open.
The chat is open on YouTube. We got 30 watching. We appreciate your support of the league. We got a pretty decent crowd. I know the numbers are limited. Here comes Gracie Fairman, crosses the timeline, leading 11-6. Fairman kicks out to Whaley again, air ball. Wesolowski easily pulls that one down. Here comes Clutter again for Edward Jones. Clutter gets it over to Kinsey Wilson. To Wesolowski at the free throw line, outside to Kolditz. And so she loses the ball. Whaley's on it. Gets it out to Dawson. And Dawson gets called for a double dribble. The ball must have came up into her waist there. The turnover, and it's going to go back to Edward Jones.
A three-pointer by Presley Kolditz doesn't fall, and now Lee Supply the other way. Jasmine Fisher, a jumper, won't fall, but Abby Whaley, a big offensive rebound. Whaley, one of the top rebounders in the league, and Jasmine Fisher with a 3, and now a defensive rebound by Kinsey Wilson. She gets it up to Alyssa Clutter, and Clutter all alone for a bucket to make it 11-8 with 10.5 to go.
Wondering when teams are going to catch on to the... there's a high 3 by Dawson, no good. Lainey Gerdich with a big rebound there for Edward Jones. I wonder when teams are going to catch on to the defense against Clutter. As soon as the other team throws the ball, she's already headed up the court. An entry pass to Wesolowski, kicks it out to Kinsey Wilson, guarded by Fairman. Dawson steals it away. And we're going to have a jump ball, and it's going to stay with Edward Jones as Cassandra Holland and Eliza Newcomer come to check in.
Got some chat going on here.
Yeah, we're chatting away. Bria Rathway giving you the business a little bit. Well, I gave you the business on that. There's a good drive by Clutter, and she is fouled.
I like all our coaches equally.
I believe that foul is going to go against Abby Whaley. Her first, team second.
Here with the early line.
Clutter hits the first free throw. Gonna send a text to our statistician extraordinaire over there and make sure we get the foul right. Clutter's second shot is up and good.
Clutter with all 10 of Edward Jones's points up to this point, as Edward Jones trails 11-10 with 9:40 to go.
We got confirmation that foul was against Abby Whaley, and there's Fairman driving into the lane. Nice little path into the lane, and Fairman converts and make it 13-10 with 9:28 to go here in the first half. Here comes Clutter again for Edward Jones. And you mentioned Clutter has scored all 10 points. I wonder how long it takes before maybe you make a defensive switch. Colditz drives to the lane with the left hand and scores.
And we talked a little bit about Colditz really coming on as of late, providing some good secondary scoring for Edward Jones, and she gets her first bucket of
There's
the
a
night.
three-pointer by Fisher's no good. The ball was knocked out of bounds by Laney Gerdich. It's her and Whaley were fighting for it a little bit. Fisher inbounds over to Gracie Fairman. Drives baseline, takes on Gerdich, no good. Whaley gets the rebound, kicks it out to Fisher, and she travels.
$8:47 to go here in the first half. 13-12 in favor of Lee Supply.
Definitely looks like a different Lee Supply team than we saw last week.
Yes. Interesting that only three different players have scored for Lee Supply. Fisher with 5, and then Nappy Whaley and Gracie Fairman each with 4.
We have Elena Pepper and Angelina Massey have checked in for Lee Supply. And Eliza Newcomer scores inside, and she's going to get a chance for a three-point play. Not sure who that went on. Foul went against Gracie Fairman. It's Lee Supply's third foul. Newcomer banks in the free throw, and Edward Jones is taking a 2-point lead, 15-13.
Rachel's over there waving to us.
Fairman taking control of the offense now. Guard against Color. Steps back for a deep 2 air ball, but it goes off of Gerdich. I don't think she expected the ball to come down. She was trying to post up for rebounding position.
And Jeremy, you mentioned Angelina Massey, a freshman from Ringgold for Lee Supply. Got a comment from her dad, Richard, who appreciates the live feed, watching her while he's traveling for work. So we're glad that we could provide the stream for those who aren't able to make it here with us today.
And there goes Fairman again, another step back, no good. Newcomer gets the rebound but steps out of bounds. So Lee Supply still with the ball, inbounding under their basket. Peffer gets it over to Angelina Massey, guarded by Colditz. Colditz reaches in, knocks the ball up, but she gets it back to Rakaya Porter. Porter over to Kamari Walden. Little head fake, no good.
Good defense there by Laney Gerdich on Walden.
There goes Rakaya Porter, kicks it out to Walden again. Out top to Fairman, guarded by Clutter. Gets a screen, pulls up for a 3, no good. Newcomer with a rebound, and Peffer goes over her back. And that's going to be a foul. Foul goes against Peffer. We're just going to start getting text messages telling us whose fouls. There goes Colditz for 3, and that's good. Colditz had a big 23-point game last night, and she's on fire again today. It's 18-13 now with 7:03 remaining here in the first half as Fairman gets it back. Goes Dawson into the lane, scoops under, no good. Wesolowski with the rebound and gets it to Clutter. That last foul is against Massey. That's her first, team 4th. Wesolowski back out to Colditz, but she overthrew her, and we're going to have a backcourt violation. That's going to go back over to Lee Supply.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to catch that ball, so I'm glad it went over there.
Because you probably would have knocked over the table. So.
I wouldn't have knocked over the table. I probably would have fell down. Something.
Maybe, something like that. Goes Fairman over to Dawson. She's going to shoot a 3 from the top, and that's good. 18-16 now in favor of Edward Jones after Jenna Dawson hits a 3-pointer for Lee Supply. The ball comes over to Michaela Dixon for Edward Jones. Back over to Clutter. Inside the newcomer. She's fouled from behind. Oh, no, they call a travel. I thought Walden got her from behind on the shot. They called a travel before when she curled towards the basket. So the turnover gives the ball back to Lisa Fly, and here comes Fairman. She steps back for another three, short. Peffer gets the rebound, gets it out to Walden, and it's back out to Fairman at the top. Fairman hands it off to Dawson, and she's guarded by her Bell Vernon teammate Presley Kolditz. As Walden tried a three. Elena Peffer and Michaela Dixon get the rebound, and we're going to have a jump ball, and it's going to stay with Lisa Ply. Peffer gets ready to take the ball out. There's Walden with a short jumper, no good. Gurdich gets the rebound and gives it over to Clutter, and she'll walk the ball up. Good pass inside by Clutter to Wesolowski. Make it 20-16, and Rakaya Porter travels. And turns it right back over. And head coach Larry Cash is going to call a timeout. So with 5:21 to go here in the first half, it's 20-16. Edward Jones leads Lee Supply. Much better Lee Supply team that we've seen, and Edward Jones playing without Lauren Uhas.
Yeah, Uhas 18 points, and Edward Jones has lost to Monessen Florist on Wednesday, and she led a group of 4 double-digit scorers, so Edward Jones definitely missing her presence here tonight. Right now, Edward Jones on a 14-5 run over the last 7 minutes, Jeremy.
Teams come back on the floor. It'll be Edward Jones' ball. Still the same 5 on the floor for both teams.
Throws it in on the 5-minute mark. Edward Jones with a 4-point lead, 20-16.
Clutter guarded by Fairman, and looked like she threw it away.
Great play there by Mari Walden, but now Clutter with a steal.
She fires up a wild shot, and it's rebounded by Walden, who gets it up to Jenna Dawson.
Clutter wanted a quick shot there to try to take advantage of the turnover there, but couldn't connect.
And Gracie Fairman with the ball at the top. Kicks it back outside to Dawson for another three, and that one's good. And that's her second three of the half. Makes it 20-19. Lee Supply gets back to within 1.
Dawson now with 6 straight points for Lee Supply.
Good entry pass to Gurdich, kicks it back outside to Kolditz. She's going to drive against Dawson, and Dawson pokes it away. Gets it up to... Dawson's going to score on a breakaway. Looked like Porter wanted to throw it to Fairman, but it was behind her, and Dawson was right there to pick it up and go in for the layup. So 4:05 to go. 21-20.
Has scored now the last 8 for the girls in green.
And that's what Lee Supply has to do to be successful. It has to be at least 3 players, usually in double figures.
Yeah. Hey, when these
inside to Tori Wesolowski, guarded by Whaley, kicks it out to Gurdich. Little head fake on Walden. She drives, no good. Wesolowski rips it away from Whaley, and she traveled. She tried to sidestep in the lane. She got called for dragging the pivot foot. The ball's going to go back to Lee Supply. And Dawson an inbound to Fairman.
Closing in on 3.5 minutes to go. 1-point lead for Lee Supply.
Fairman dribbles down to the top, gets a screen from Fisher, kicks it out to Dawson again, guarded by Kayla Gurdich, and there's Fairman draining a 3 from the right corner. It's 24-20, and Edward Jones got to take away the 3-pointers. Kayla Gertich gets it to her sister, Laney. Dribbles past Walden, and Dawson rips it away. Dawson tried to get it up to Fairman. It is deflected by Clutter, and she does find Fairman in the corner for another 3, no good. And here's a rebound by Clutter with Fisher and Walden back, and here comes Clutter one-on-one with Fisher. And Clutter is fouled by Kamari Walden. Foul goes against Fisher, not Walden. Her first, team 5th. Clutter drains the first free throw. Clutter's second free throw is up and good. Now 24-22 with 2:51 to go.
Clutter up to 12 points now for Edward Jones here in the first half.
Dawson kicks out to Fisher on the wing. Fisher back to Dawson. Dribbles into the short corner, kicks it back out to Fisher on the wing. Entry pass to Whaley. Curls around, no good. Gets her own rebound. Dawson tips it back out to Fisher, and she'll reset at the top of the circle. Fisher moves to the left, gets it out to Whaley, and she's going to shoot. No good.
Dawson there for another big offensive rebound.
Dawson back out to Walden. Walden drives, penetrates into the free throw line. Whaley shoots another 3, no good. The long rebound comes to Whaley, and she misses the bunny inside, and it's rebounded by Laney Gertich. Edward Jones is going the other way, a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3.
I think Whaley had like three rebounds on that sequence alone.
She did too. Wesolowski inside, kicks it to Gertich. The foul is called on the floor. The foul's against Jenna Dawson of Lee Supply.
1:50 to go here in the first half. 2-point lead for
That's her first, team's
Lee Supply.
6th. Kayla Gertich going to inbound the Clutter against Whaley, no good. And Whaley gets up, tried to get it up to Sydney Bernardo. It was no good, and Edward Jones steals it away. Clutter has it now guarded by Fisher into Laney Gertich. Gertich spins in the lane, goes up, no good. Whaley with another rebound. Whaley is Dawson inside the Whaley, way outside the Walden. She's going to shoot a 3, and she banks it. And again, Larry Cash is beside himself. 27-22 now with 1:10 remaining.
Walden not known to be a 3-point shooter, but
the foul goes against Jasmine Fisher, her second, team 7th. And Clutter's going to go to the line for the bonus. 1:05 remaining, trailing by 5. Clutter's first shot is up, no good. And Gertich tips the rebound, tips it right to Fisher, and she's going to drive, kicks it outside to Dawson for another 3, no good. Clutter with the rebound for Edward Jones, and she's going the other way. Comes Clutter, gets it inside to Wesolowski, out to Gertich at the free throw line, kicks it back out to her sister Kayla. She's posting up on Whaley inside. She backs her down, spins to the left, gets her off her feet. Good pass to Wesolowski on the block. Wesolowski scores to make it 27-24, and we're down to 30 seconds to go here on the first half. Fisher launches a 3, no good. And that's going to go out of bounds. As Fisher comes out. Angelina Massey returns. Final 30 seconds here for Lee Supply. Here's Clutter at the top of the circle. Looks inside, finds Kayla Gertich in the corner. Kamari Walden steals it away, and we have 7 seconds to go. Here comes Whaley. 3.
Foul. Called on Clutter.
Clutter is called for the foul.
3.2 seconds on the
Her
clock.
first, team's first. Then Dawson, and she goes over and back. And with 1.8 seconds, Edward Jones is going to get an advantage. They're going to take the ball out here at half court, right in front of us here at the table.
Okay, right there, goal. Here we go.
Cutter walked. So now, the turnover train continues.
0.2 seconds.
Lisa
left.
Clyde's going to have a shot with 0.2 seconds. It's nearly impossible. I don't think Christian Leitner is walking in the door here. Dawson's going to let one fly. No good.
Thought she was going to get in the garbage.
Halftime, Resupply leads 27-24. We'll be back here in 3 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up? How are you? Good. I say we're still on, but it's okay. It's halftime.
Saying hi to Melanie Greco here. I might be on. I don't know.
Oh, we got the stats. Resupply looking at Jenna Dawson leading the way with 8. Gracie Fairman with 7. Abby Whaley with 4. Jasmine Fisher with 5. And Kamari Walden with 3. Abby Whaley with 7 big rebounds there in the first half for Resupply. You got Edward Jones over there.
Yep, it looks like Alyssa Clutter with 10. Presley Kolditz with 5. Laza Newcomer with 3. And Tori Wisolowski with 4. Thank you, Rachel. Jeremy, what stood out to you in that first half?
Resupply's having a lot better shooting night, that's for sure. 4 threes already. They're going to need that to continue, and they just got to find somebody to guard Clutter and shut her down.
Yeah,
I know it's going to be hard to do, but you take Clutter out of this game and you take Edward Jones out of this game as of right now.
Right. I mean,
we always talk to Larry Cash about the secondary scoring, and yeah, they have a few girls with points, but nobody's really standing out. Kolditz has a big 3. I think she scored a couple, and they're trying to get the ball inside to take advantage of their height. And so far, they haven't really been successful. They're getting a lot of tip balls and everything. So that's what they're going to have to do.
Yeah, it looks like Clutter started out the game with the first 10 points for Edward Jones, and then in the last 9 minutes, she only scored 2. So if Resupply can kind of replicate what they were able to do, against her here in the second half, we might see Resupply maybe extend this lead a bit more.
I'm writing, so we have the fouls. I'm just gonna give it to Rachel so you can actually see it.
This is mine. Oh, there that is.
Trickling down to 12 seconds remaining here in the halftime. Gracie Fairman, Jasmine Fisher, Abby Whaley, Kamari Walden, and Jenna Dawson on the floor for Resupply. For Edward Jones, it'll be Lainey Gerdich, Tori Wesolowski, Kinsey Wilson, Presley Kolditz, and Alyssa Clutter. Edward Jones will have the ball. Clock is set, and we're ready to go here for the second half. Here comes Clutter. Crossing the timeline. She's going straight to the basket. Easy hoop. 27-26. Resupply leads. There's Jasmine Fisher for 3, no good. Rebounded by Lainey Gurditch.
Jeremy, we talked about stopping Alyssa Clutter 10 seconds in.
Right down the lane. Like a stake into the heart. Right into the heart of the defense. Kinsey Wilson gets it over to Colditz, guarded by Dawson. Inside at the high post to Gurditch, and there goes Wesolowski with a scoop. No good, and Walden rebounds it for Lee Supply, and she's going to bring it up the floor. Gets it over to Fisher at the top of the circle. Here comes Dawson on the curl, steps back, 3 is in the air, way short. Fairman should have called for a fair catch with that one. She got it. And we're going to have a foul on Jasmine Fisher. That's probably, I think, 3 times now in the last 2 games. She's put that elbow into somebody's chest and pushes off, and she's going to get called for that every time.
Yeah, and they really need
That's Fisher's third.
They really need Fisher on the court. She's a key part of what Lee Supply does on offense. So with her sitting on the bench in foul trouble.
Right. And that's his 2nd straight game for that. Her 2nd out of the last 3 games. And there's inside. There's Gurditch inside against Walden. No good. Whaley with her 8th rebound. She's coming down. Kicks it over to Fairman. She's going to shoot a 3, and that's good. And good 3-point shooting continues for Lee Supply as they take a 30-26 lead. And there's Clutter for a 3, and she hits it hard off the side. Abby Whaley is getting called for her foul. It's the 2nd on Whaley and the team's 2nd. Colditz inbounds the Clutter, straight to the hoop again, and she scores.
With ease.
30-28 now. Here comes Fairman back down for Lee Supply. Kicks it over to Dawson, and Dawson's going to take a page out of Clutter's notebook. She goes straight to the hoop, and it falls. Dawson's going to get a chance for a 3-point play. That's fouls on Colditz. That's her first, team's first. Here comes Dawson's free throws, no good. Whaley chases it down, and she runs right out of bounds with it. Got confused on the lines there.
And, Dawson and Fairman now both in double figures for Lee Supply, so they're right there.
That's the formula.
Those are the 2 key players that they need in double figures each game.
They need to get 1 more in double figures.
Gracie Fairman
Kinsey
face
Wilson,
guarding.
guarded by Porter. Gets it off of Clutter. Kicks it outside to Colditz for a deep 2, no good. Wesolowski tips the rebound herself, back to Lainey Gardner, back to Wesolowski. Her jumper's no good. And the rebound comes to Walden, who pushes it up to Fairman, over to Porter. No good. Whaley with the offensive rebound. And that's her 9th rebound, and
It looked like Clutter got hurt there on the other end, so she's going to take a seat.
Clutter got a little banged up. She sits down, and Cassandra Holland comes in. And this, if you're Lee Supply, you want to take advantage with her on the bench.
Absolutely.
Kinsey Wilson. She's tied up by Porter, and that's going to go down to Lee Supply. It's going to be a turnover.
Jeremy, we talked about obviously Jasmine Fisher kind of being that 3rd, scorer usually in double figures for Lee Supply, even leading them every once in a while. Abby Whaley with 6 big points tonight for Lee Supply. She's been huge.
There's a 3 by Porter, no good. And Wesolowski with the rebound gets it back up to Wilson. Got a message from Lee Supply's Caroline Summers telling her team better take the dub. Foul's going to go against Porter for Lee Supply. Her first, team's 3rd here in the 2nd half.
We should make it clear that Caroline Summer isn't.
She is not here.
She's not messaging from the bench.
Right, she is not here.
She's still cheering on her team.
Fairman kicks it over to Massey from the corner for 3, no good. Gets her in rebound, but it hit off her fingers and comes to her Ringgold teammate Cassandra Holland. Wesolowski controls it and gets it over to Wilson. Colditz inside to Wesolowski. No good. Massey smacks it out of her hands, but she still gets it and puts up a shot, and it's no good. And Walden rebounds, and Fairman's going to take a few seconds off the clock here as Lee Supply holds on to a 34-28 lead. Fairman steps back for three, no good. The rebound comes to Wesolowski. Here comes Edward Jones again. Wilson bringing it up, and Clutter looks like she's about to come back into the game, flexing her left hand. She must have got a finger jammed or something.
Well, it kind of looked like she's trying to shake it
has
off
her
on the court.
pocket picked by Fairman. She goes easy to the hoop and makes it 36-28. And Larry Cash is going to call a timeout. The 30-second timeout, 11:46 to go. And if you're Larry Cash, you have to get Clutter back in the game right now. She's the only one creating anything on offense.
Absolutely. She scored the only 4 points here in the second half for Edward Jones, and then after she left, Lee Supply went on a 6-0 run. So,
and the issue was when she was not in the game, the Lee Supply defense just collapsed on Wesolowski inside.
Yeah.
Because they knew that's where the ball was going to go.
Right. This is a big game for Lee Supply. A win in a Monessen Forest loss would give them sole possession of third place. So
Monessen Forest taking on first place AMD in our next game. I'll have coverage for that for tomorrow's Long Valley Independent, and we will see what happens in that one. I know Chad Corrado, the Fresh Five, is reunited. Macy Justice is back.
Monessen Forest coming off perhaps the biggest win of the season for any team.
Yeah.
As they were able to win it in the final seconds on Wednesday against this Edward Jones squad and put Monessen Forest really ahead of Edward Jones potentially for that last playoff spot.
For sure. There's Clutter to inbound. Gets it over to Colditz. This might not be a bad idea putting the ball in Colditz's hands. See if she can heat up a little bit if she gets the ball. And there's a shot by Sammy Smitchnick.
Wesolowski. Tori Wesolowski with the bucket. That's enough for the 36-30.
It's the 6-point game, and here comes Fairman. Release Supply, and she's going to drive to the hoop, but she is fouled. And that foul is going to go against Lainey Gurditch.
Gracie Fairman, my preseason MVP choice.
That's her first. Team's second. Fairman sinks the first, and Jenna Dawson checks back in.
We're still working on the communication thing with Rachel from across the court.
He got it. Gracie Fairman sinks the second and makes it an 8-point lead again. There's Clutter, fires up to Smitchnick, no good. And Dawson with the rebound. Here she comes. Drives straight past her teammate, gets it over to Massey in the wing. Ball handles behind her back to Dawson, and up top to Fairman.
Seems like Lee Supply has really won the rebounding battle here tonight, Jeremy.
Absolutely.
Which, is that something you kind of expected with the height that
No,
Edward Jones
honestly,
has?
no. I mean, Abby Whaley back in the first form. There's Walden for three, and she banks it in. I think Lee Supply head coach Caitlin Slagus just kind of laughs. I don't think that's how she drew it up, but she's gladly going to take it.
That's Walden's second three-pointer of the game.
The lead is in double digits now, 41-30 as Gurditch throws it into Wesolowski. Good hustle by Walden. She knocked the ball out of bounds. Getting the updates on my wife was watching the Bell Ribbon School Board meeting. The back-to-school plan is in effect, so and I'm also glad I put the roof back on my Jeep today because it's now raining. So
that's good. There's the updates we need.
Inside. The ball comes to Massey, and she kicks it out to Fairman. Good hustle
Good play by
Massey.
Yeah.
And there's Dawson. She's going to shoot a three. No good. And Elena
with a nice
Pester
rebound.
there. 43-30. And I got to say, I'm a little surprised by this right now.
Yeah,
I didn't think. I mean, it's not surprising me at all that Lee Supply is winning. I thought we'd have a little bit of a better effort here from Edward Jones. Wesolowski inside. Good move there. He gets him back on the board. It's 43-32.
I mean, you look at the defensive effort on Clutter here in the second half. Gracie Fairman's done a really, really good job of stopping.
That's what I was referring to if we were going to make a defensive switch there. Here comes Dawson, strong to the hole, and she is fouled, and it's going to go. Jenna Dawson will have a chance for a three-point play.
Everything.
And that foul is going against Presley Colditz.
Everything just going Lee Supply's way here. Everything is
Her
falling.
team's second. Dawson's going to get a chance at a three-point play, and here's her free throw is up, and it rolls in. So it's up to 46-32 now with 9:31 to go.
Dawson now up to 13 points. Gracie Fairman with 14 for Lee Supply.
Comes Clutter looking over things, trying to figure out how she's going to get away from Fairman. Gets the ball in Colditz' hand. Girdich against Walden, up and under, and she walked.
I think you got to give a lot of credit, too, to Kamari Walden for the defensive effort on Laney Girdich.
This result holds. We're going to talk to Caitlin Slagus after the game, and that's one thing we'll ask her about. Well, you'll ask her about mainly, since it's your story here.
I'll let you get a question in if you want.
I might. Feel free to use a quote, you know?
We're a team here, Jeremy.
We are. We are the A team, that is for sure. Walden underhands at the Dawson. She's dribbling around the wing. Back to Walden at the free throw line. Fairman head fakes, but she dragged her foot, and that's going to be a travel. The ball's going to go back to Edward Jones. Still 46-32 here, under 9 minutes remaining.
Thank you, Duke. On my screen, it says 35 people watching, but yours says 31. So I don't know which one
I don't know
to believe. Maybe we'll go with 33.
Yeah, we'll call
Right
it.
in the
We'll call
middle.
it right down the middle. And Wilson fumbled the pass, and she forces herself to travel.
You got to think, Jeremy, what if this game would be different if Lauren Uhas was in the lineup for Edward Jones?
It would probably give them a little bit more energy and get the ball out of Clutter's hands, so she doesn't have to do it much for sure.
I think if Girdich and Colditz can get involved here in the last 8.5 minutes, maybe get hot.
Jasmine
could be
Fisher
a different
launching
game.
another three, and she banked that one in. I can honestly say out of all the games we watched this winter, now carrying over to the summer, I have not seen a game with so many banked three-pointers.
I am not, no.
As Fisher hits one now, she returned to the game with 3 fouls, 49-32. Clutter inside to Wesolowski, guarded by Massey. The ball is tipped away. Sorry, excuse me, I said Massey. That was Pfeffer on the defense. And she knocked it away from her own player because she thought it was an Edward Jones player.
Jeremy, over the last 3 minutes, Lee Supply currently on a 13-2 run.
That's a big play. And there's Colditz for 3. Air ball long. Pfeffer did not catch the rebound. It goes out of bounds. So it's going to stay with Edward Jones. Colditz looks to inbound right to Clutter under the basket. Easy basket. 49-34. 7:56 to go. And here's Fisher. Gets it over to Porter in the corner. She's going to shoot a 3. No good. Gets her own rebound. Dribbles around the lane. She is fouled by Colditz. That's going to be 3 fouls on Presley Colditz. Team's 4th of the second half. Porter goes to the line to shoot 2. First one is up and good. That's the other thing we said. As much as Lee Supply usually needs 3 girls in double figures to have a successful result, the balance too.
Yeah.
A couple girls with 2, 4, they get 6 or 7 girls on the board, they're going to be successful.
Oh, absolutely.
The long rebound comes to Lee Supply, and Fisher lets go of an air ball, and it's going to go out of bounds.
If Kamari Walden and Abby Whaley can provide maybe 6 to 8 points apiece,
Which Whaley has done tonight.
which Whaley and actually Kamari Walden as well, she has 6 points on those 2 3-pointers. So, I mean, she's been able to come up with some clutch shots to help Lee Supply extend this lead.
So Alyssa Clutter gets it over to Colditz, back to Clutter, inside to Girdich. And she has the ball go over her shoulder. Porter goes to Fisher. No good.
Pfeffer there with a big rebound.
Good rebound by Pfeffer. Turns around, throws one up. No good. Wilson gets the rebound. There goes Wilson now. Back down the floor for Edward Jones. There's got to be a sense of urgency here. You're down 16 with 7 minutes to go.
And they're all looking for Clutter. I mean,
Right. Clutter guarded by Dawson, and she goes right around the circle. She goes to the hoop. It's 50-36 now. Here comes Fisher, and if I'm Lee Supply, I'm in no hurry to bring the ball down the court. They're not going to pressure you.
Clutter already with
Green's going to take the ball out of bounds after we have an errant ball from the other court come over into the court.
out of the 12 points that Edward Jones has scored in this half, Clutter has 8 of them. Wesolowski with the other 4, so
Screen by Pepper. Dawson
Done it all.
or Fisher bullies her way in and kicks it out to Dawson. Back to Pepper for a little jumper from the corner, no good. Wesolowski gets it ahead of Clutter to Kolditz all alone. She is fouled from behind by Porter, and she's going to shoot 2. Fouls on Porter. Her second. Team's 4th the second half.
never say never, Jeremy, I guess.
Absolutely.
Edward Jones starting to get some points together.
Kolditz misses the first free throw. Kolditz looks a little out of sorts than she did the other day. I don't know if it's a little frustration setting in just because of the scoreboard or what, but maybe frustrated with the foul. She misses the second. Pepper tips it out to Fisher. And here comes Fisher looking to push again. Drives into Clutter. The ball is loose. Pepper underneath. Gets the rebound and scores. And Pepper is going to go to the line for a 3-point play.
Hope Bill Cleary's watching.
The basket is good. Foul is on Eliza Newcomer. Her team's 5th foul here in the second half.
Elena Pepper with a nice 5 points as well.
And
so.
that's the balance I talked about. That's exactly what they need. If you're not going to have the 3 girls in double figures, if you get 2 or 3 with 6, 8 points.
I mean, they have Walden and Fairman on the bench right now, but
The other thing we got to talk about, too, is there's Newcomer inside after a nice assist by Clutter. Eliza Newcomer having, I think, her best day of the season here. Dawson goes to the lane inside the Whaley. Nice dish by Dawson. One of the things I wanted to say is we got to talk to Coach Slagus, too, about the defense of Whaley on Girdich. There she is again at the high post, and there she's going to get called for a foul.
Whaley and Walden have both played really, really well against Lena Girdich.
That's going to be the 3rd foul on Whaley.
I don't think Girdich is on the board tonight, Jeremy.
Team's 5th. Sydney DiNardo comes in for Lee Supply. We got it. Oh. Girdich gets a deflection, kicks it to Clutter inside the Newcomer again, and she's fouled again. That's her first foul, team 6. As a foul goes against Peffer. We got to talk about the job that Whaley's doing on Girdich. She's right there, and she got that arm in her back. She's not letting her do much.
Absolutely.
As Newcomer comes to the line, misses the first. If I'm seeing the score correctly, it's 56-38. I apologize for that. We're kind of obstructed by a beam. This Newcomer misses the second. The Fisher comes to rebound. We're on the other side of the court today, since fans are allowed back in. There's Fairman shoots a 3, and that might be the dagger. Makes it a 21-point game with 5:13 to go. And that's going to start the running clock. Now the lead is over 20. And it looks like Coach Cash is emptying the bench. And we got an foul's going to go against Newcomer, an offensive foul for an illegal screen. That's her 3rd foul. Team 6th. As the clock will run here except for timeouts and free throws. Fairman hits the big three, and here goes Fairman again. She's fouled. Foul's going to go against Michaela Dixon. And it's going to be 1-1, so Fairman's going to go to the line. Shoot 1-1. Into the game now for Edward Jones. They got Cassandra Holland, Kayla Gurdich, Michaela Dixon. For Fairman's free throw is good.
Now up to 18 points for the Thomas
Samantha
Jefferson standout.
Smichnik and Lauren Brown. Fairman hits the second, makes it 61-38. Michaela Dixon brings the ball up for Edward Jones now. Over to Holland. She's going to shoot a three from the sideline, air ball. It's going to go out of bounds to Lee Supply. I think Holland was a little bit too deep there. She literally shot it from right at the sideline.
You know she can shoot those threes, though. She's hit a few this
She can.
season.
I think if she shoots that from the regular distance, that probably goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was well short. Fairman's going to let some time run off the clock. Kick it over to Massey. Massey picked up her feet.
There's really no emptying the bench for Lee Supply because it seems like everybody
Everybody has played.
some good playing time.
They
here
got
tonight.
9 here, and they've all been in. So
Coach Slagus doing a good job of
Michaela
Mixing
Dixon
up her
has the
lineup.
ball go out of bounds. Larry Cash has finally sat down.
standing Jack Parada.
Comes a Kaya Porter into Walden. No good. She's going to get called for a walk. Here comes Dixon for Edward Jones. Head coach Larry Cash has decided to take a seat on the bench. I think
He might be checked out a little
I
bit.
think he checked out. I think he tapped out a little after Fairman hit that three. There's Lauren Brown driving to the hoop, and she is fouled by Bernardo. Looks like Lee Supply is on their way here to win, so they can move into third place.
Puts the pressure on Monessen Forest.
Lauren Brown hits the first for Edward Jones. Brown's second shot is up, no good. Whaley with another rebound. That'll give her a double-double now.
I think so. I think that's her 10th rebound. Oh, actually, I think she's...
Look at her. She threw that one up and it went. What a shot by Whaley.
I believe that gives her the double-double, Jeremy.
That will for sure. The acrobatic. I didn't know she was on the Ringgold Gymnastics squad.
Whaley with 10 points for Lee Supply.
She's going to go to the line for a three-point play, and when everything's just falling for Lee Supply. Whaley's free throw is no good. And Brown with the rebound for Edward Jones. Trickle down here to 2 minutes to go.
I would assume this is Whaley's first double-double of the
There's
year.
a three from Holland, no good. Whaley with another rebound, gets it up to Massey, her Ringgold teammate, around the back, around Brown, but it comes away to Dixon. Gets it up to Smichnik, no good on a layup. And we're going to have a jump ball. Michaela Dixon and Angelina Massey. It's going to stay with Edward Jones. We're down to 1:39 to go. Kayla Gurdich with a nice little baseline drive. Make it 63-41 with 1:20 to go. Porter brings the ball up for Lee Supply. Kind of passed it to herself and gets called for a double dribble. Larry Cash is going to take a timeout. 1:06 remaining. He's going to take a timeout, but he's just going to hang out. Puts the shades back on. Now we're going to have a talk to the team.
63-41 lead for Lee Supply.
Caitlin Slagus talking to Whale. You can see her laughing about that little circus shot. That's one thing we'll have to ask her. You know what? There's just some nights everything's falling.
Yep.
You know, and that's basketball.
But, we have to talk. Just the difference in this game is Lee Supply's second half. I mean, just Alyssa Clutter was able to cut that Lee Supply deficit to 2 early on. It kind of looked like Edward Jones was going to claw back into it, and then 6 straight points by Lee Supply, and then they went on a 13-2 run to follow that to kind of gain that separation. So really in the second half, Lee Supply has been able to go on those big runs that you need to win games. I mean, coaches say all the time that basketball is a game of runs, and Lee Supply has had the runs tonight, and Edward Jones just hasn't been able to kind of muster up those big spurts of 8-10 straight points.
And Smitchnick again, no good. And Kayla Dixon fighting for that ball, and Smitchnick again goes over Porter. Elena Pepper comes away with a rebound, and he almost killed me. Okay.
You all right?
I'm good.
You a little shaken?
A little jolted.
Yeah.
Good.
Another timeout by Edward Jones here with 40.2 seconds left, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what the point of that timeout was. 63-41 with 40 seconds remaining, and we got another timeout by Larry Cass. Still coaching away over there. No lollipop today for Larry.
Yeah, maybe that's what he needs.
He does. (63-41), 40 seconds to go. Same 5 on the floor for both teams.
Caitlin Slagus has her 3-star guards, Jenna Dawson, Gracie Fairman, and Jasmine Fisher on the bench, along with her big Kamari Walden.
There's Holland for 3, no good. Whaley with another rebound. She'll be back up. She might jump a spot in the leaders with power 5.
Yeah, she was leading the league in rebounds for a while, and then kind of got
dropped to 4th after a bad week, and then
she might. Yeah, she's gonna rise up in the standings.
Yes, Porter's gonna hold the ball here. Looks like 9 seconds to go. Gets it over to Massey. Oh, she's gonna go to the hoop and let go of a floater. No good. And the ball's gonna go out of bounds, but that's gonna do it. Lee Supply 63. Edward Jones, 41 is your final. And Jose is going to get head coach Slagus for a quick interview. And he'll be right back with that.
You want to have her come over here, Jeremy? Where's the mic? Where's the mic?
The dude in the red shirt will get the Gatorade deep.